From being the most wholesome parents on the internet to people calling Felix's son the Antichrist, these are the reactions from PewDiePie announcing the birth of his first child. On the 11th of July 2023, Felix and Marzia Schellberg welcomed their son. They're longtime lovers who have been dating since 2011, when she sent him an email telling him that she found his videos funny. Yeah, it was 2011. Emails were pretty much the only way we used to talk to each other back then. Ever since the message that would change their lives, the two have been inseparable, having gone through many ups and downs. This involved her mental health and him going through multiple controversies. But through all their hardships, the two have always been the cutest couple on YouTube. I mean, they even had matching usernames. Fast forward to 2019. They finally got married and officially began their life together. It didn't take long for Pewds to call it quits and back away from his YouTube channel to focus on his life as a loving husband in Japan. Fans get updates from occasional videos and Instagram posts, which isn't enough to fill the void that his sensational channel left us with. But everyone's supportive because the guy can finally live a normal life, away from the paparazzi and nosy fans everywhere. When they posted photos of their newborn on Instagram, they also announced his name, Bjorn. Bjorn Schellberg, huh? That's gonna be tough for his teachers to call him out in class. This is the same thing that Felix's fans were thinking about, since most of them are American and are used to common names. They didn't know what this particular name meant, and to be honest, also didn't know how to pronounce it either. Now, everyone knew that this was a Swedish name, but since he lived in the UK for many years and lives in Japan, one would think he'd name his son something different. He wants to stick to his roots and not let go of his Swedish heritage. The name selected has Scandinavian and Old Norse origins and means bear. This is the type of name that you'd give to a cuddly little boy, and after seeing the picture of his son, it suits him perfectly. But the way it's pronounced welcomes a ton of puns and jokes, and that's exactly how most of the fans initially reacted. The official Opera account on Twitter has been pretty active recently for some reason, and the intern behind the account turned up a little tongue twister, where the words Born and Bjorn were switched here and there. Okay, even I can't say this on the first go, so you should give it a try. Other puns are pretty much the same. I just know that this kid's life will be a huge pain in the barrels as he grows up. Speaking of barrels, people expressed how disappointed they were at Pewds for not naming his son Stefano. This is a throwback to the statue he used to talk to back in his American videos. If that's the case, there are probably 100 names he could have used instead. For what it's worth, they're dressing up as Timmy and his dad from Happy Wheels on Halloween. Now, the majority of bros have concluded that they're not just bros anymore, but are uncles. Because if you look at things from a different perspective, everyone's been growing up with him throughout these years. It's been over a decade since Felix started uploading videos on YouTube, and some of us have supported him ever since he recorded his amnesia videos in a dark room with a webcam that probably cost him like $10.
This is real life horror games where you don't know what's going to happen.
I have no idea what's going to happen. It was the most bizarre experience of my life. I was paranoid for a month, and I'm so glad it's over.
It's surreal to see him go from a kid who hardly knew how to edit his videos to a father settled in a completely different country. People got emotional when he uploaded his wedding video, which has around 40 million views by the way, and found his growth as a person to be the most wholesome thing ever. He's even started eating healthier and has had an insane body transformation over the years. We grew up with his dogs, Edgar and Maya, and things got emotional when one of them passed away. With one loss, he introduced us to two new little feet in the house. One was a new pup he adored and named Momo, and the other being Bjorn. Oh, I just know these two are going to be the best of friends. Felix has been that exact friend to us over the years, so seeing him embark on this wild new journey and starting a family with his soulmate, you just can't help but to shed a tear. I'm sure his friends are doing the same, cause other YouTubers are showing all their support too. Rumi, who has been in a couple of his videos and collaborated with him in the Congratulations music video to Dis T-Series, left a cute comment congratulating them and saying that they'll be amazing parents. Jacksepticeye, a longtime friend of Felix, also did the same, which was pretty sweet because these guys haven't interacted in a while. Other friends that he's not in touch with anymore, like Alfie Days, better known as Pointless Blog, congratulated him too. It's like this whole YouTube community rejoiced and wished him all the luck in the world, as if they're some sort of family. I'm pretty sure his other friends, like Kick the PJ and Cinnamon Toast Ken, wished him well too. But there are just so many people on the platform that I probably missed an Instagram story or two. Pokimane has also surprisingly shown her support, since Twitch streamers and YouTubers hardly ever interact. This was back when Felix announced that Marzia was pregnant, and she gave a heartfelt and wholesome reaction to the news. See, everyone loves these guys. Or do they? With all the love and support that is showered on the YouTuber, there's this same number of haters out there too. Now, who could hate on an infant of all people? It's nothing personal, because these people have something against Bjorn's dad. You know how he's been involved in so many controversies throughout his career? Yeah, don't think anyone has forgotten those. Most of the comments on PewDiePie's post said something along the lines of, "Don't take him on the bridge." What does that mean? Well, the infamous bridge in this YouTuber's life was the one in PUBG, when he unintentionally and instinctively yelled out a racial slur. The problem with this was that the way he said it was as if this wasn't his first time, and people got really mad. He also paid two guys on Fiverr to write and dance next to a sign that read "Death to all Jews." All this racism and anti-Semitism was brushed off as ironic jokes, and Shellberg ended up sincerely apologizing to all of his fans. But most of them didn't want to hear it, because the man would get himself involved in even more controversy, so it wasn't worth defending him anymore. Now that he lives in Japan, away from all the internet drama and toxic comment sections, he has time to grow and raise a family. Unfortunately, the internet will still find ways to bully the kid, you know, like most of them did with XXXTentacion's son and Elon Musk's child. It's like having a kid on the internet is a one-way ticket to endless jokes and bullying. People have pointed out that Bjorn has a Swedish dad and Italian mom, both who live in the UK, and is being raised in Japan. Yeah, this is a cultural recipe for disaster. With these particular nationalities in mind, the haters think that this kid is gonna grow up to be a racist. Well, they used harsher, more anti-Semitic names, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if this is a joke or not, but a tweet also said that Marzia just gave birth to the Antichrist. The internet can be such a bizarre place. No wonder Pewds wanted to leave it as soon as possible. When Twitter accounts posted the news about them, a lot of people replied saying no one cares. Well, the 5 million plus likes on the Instagram post beg to differ. The thing is, people can call Bjorn whatever they want, a potential racist, a potential white supremacist, or even the freaking Antichrist. PewDiePie has an army of millions of bros there to defend him. So all those comments and TikToks making fun of him won't affect the guy, mainly because he probably doesn't have the time to see them in the first place. Pewds is starting a family with the love of his life in one of the most beautiful countries in the world. He's also got millions of dollars saved up from his decade-long career as the #1 most subscribed channel on YouTube. I don't think the negativity bothers him anymore, because Bjorn Shellberg will grow up in a loving home with two of the coolest people on the planet. And so, from people calling Felix's son the Antichrist to being the most wholesome parents on the internet, those were the reactions from PewDiePie announcing the birth of his first child.